Hello to all Mastery families. I'm Mr. West, Mastery Certified Chief Instructor, and we're joined here today by all of our Mastery Certified instructors to bring you this cycle's curriculum. Even though we're going to be demonstrating and explaining all the physical skills, remember that the most important part of your martial arts training is your life skill training. Our life skills always start with yourself, and once you embrace those, you want to share them with your close friends and family and others. This will make an impact in the community and a greater impact in the world. So best of luck, keep practicing, and remember to use these life skills everywhere we go. Home, school, the Martial Arts Academy, and even our workplace. Best of luck. Feet together. Set. Bow.
Yes, I can.
We're here with our Masters Club Advanced class planner for this cycle's curriculum and their warm-up. For week number 1, we're always going to start with our cardio training. Let's do 10 knee-ups. Begin.
1, sir, 2, sir, 3, sir, 4, sir, 5, sir, 6, sir, 7, sir, 8, sir, 9, sir, 10, sir.
10 heel-ups. Go.
1, sir, 2, sir, 3, sir, 4, sir, 5, sir, 6, sir, 7, sir, 8, sir, 9, sir, 10, sir.
In preparation for element number 3, we're going to do a forward stance downward block on the left side. Let's count 5. Begin.
1, sir, 2, sir, 3, sir, 4, sir, 5, sir.
Fast and strong. Horse stance. And our other block we're going to work for element number 3 is our inside block. Chamber it up. And 5. Go.
1, sir, 2, sir, 3, sir, 4, sir, 5, sir.
Feet together. Set.
Sir.
Push-up position.
Yes, sir.
As advanced members, we're going to work on different types of exercises this time to increase our strength. We're starting with jumping jack push-ups. Our hands are together. We're going to do a push-up. 1, sir.
1, sir.
Hands apart in a push-up. 2, sir.
2, sir.
Together. 3, sir.
3, sir.
Apart. 4, sir.
4, sir.
5, sir.
5, sir.
6, sir.
6, sir.
And feet together. Set.
Sir.
Bow.
Yes, I can.
And finally, warming up our legs with our stretch kicking. Step back into a forward stance, double downward block. Go. We're going to rising kick, land with a double downward block, forward stance. Let's count 5. Begin.
1, sir. 2, sir.
Maintaining great posture.
Sir. 4, sir. 5, sir.
And feet together. Set.
Sir.
Bow.
Yes, I can.
For week 2's warm-up, we're going to start preparation for the second section of element number 3. First skill we need to do is a new stance called a cat stance. We're going to put 80% of our weight on our rear leg, 20% on our front foot. Let's get there now. Go. And to make sure that we have a great cat stance, we're going to take our lead leg and front kick. Ready? 1. As they do this, their back leg or their hip shouldn't have to shift. You're really sitting into that rear leg. Make it burn. And 2, 3, 4, 5. Feet together. Set. Also in preparation for the second section, we're going to be doing a double downward block corner stance. On my count, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. And then the final basic section will be a double downward block, and then we're going to rotate to a forward stance and middle punch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Feet together. Set. Bow.
Yes, I can.
Continuing on our focus with fitness and strength. Turn to the corner, push-up position.
Yes, sir.
This week's push-up will be what we call a demo team push-up. You're going to have one hand slightly higher than the other one. We're going to do a push-up and then switch. Put the other hand higher. Count 5. Go.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir.
And feet together. Set.
Sir.
Bow.
Yes, I can.
Through our warm-up in element number 3, we have basic kicks that we're going to be demonstrating. We'll get to practice here, as well as continue to build our strength for our legs. Everyone turn to the corner.
Yes, sir.
In week 2 or 3, we're going to be demonstrating a squat roundhouse kick. Everyone hands up in position. Squat down. When we rise up, round kick with the left. 1.
1, sir.
Squat, round kick with the right.
2, sir.
And 3.
3, sir.
4.
4, sir.
5.
5, sir.
Feet together. Set. In the weeks to follow, we're going to turn that round kick into a side kick, facing the corner.
Sir.
Making sure we have proper alignment from our heel, hip, and shoulder, and we're striking with the heel of our foot. Hands up, and starting with the left foot, 5 squatting side kicks. Go.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir.
Feet together. Set.
Sir.
And bow.
Yes, I can.
And then the final skill set will be a combination between the round kick and the side kick. To the corner.
Sir.
5 of those, hands up. We will put the foot down in between each kick. There's only 1 squat per 2. Begin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Feet together. Set. And bow.
Yes, I can.
Use this opportunity to warm up your legs, build your strength, as well as your flexibility. And in our final weeks, as we prepare element number 3, we're going to do the last segment. Everyone, horse stance, go. The last movement can be a little bit challenging with our base transfer. We're going to turn to our right hand side, do an outward knife hand. We're going to step with the left and hammer fist. Move. Well, let's count 5 together. Ready? Begin.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3.
Turn the hips.
Sir. 4.
Hit harder.
Sir. 5, sir.
And feet together. Set.
Sir.
And bow.
Yes, I can.
The only way for us to be masters of our own is to make sure that we're practicing at home. Use this video to your advantage and follow along with the instructors the best you can. Pause it, and instead of doing 5, maybe try 10, 15, even 20. Or see how many you can do in 10 to 20 seconds to perfect your skill and improve yourself as we get closer to testing over the next several weeks. Today we're here to cover stretch number 1, and we're joined by a Mastery certified instructor, Mr. Bazzillo. When executing stretch number 1, we're going to start with our hands up over our head. Take a deep breath in. Remember, when stretching, we want to do this to not only loosen our muscles and increase flexibility, but to help us with speed and resist and reduce injury later on. As he exhales, he's going to lower through his chest, seeing how low he can get his hands to go. Some may start at the knees and even go lower down to the shin and eventually the toes. If Mr. Bazzillo can touch his toes, he's going to try to pull those up and continue to exhale as he brings his forehead down to his knees. At Mr. Bazzillo's level, he can actually wrap his arms behind him and pull himself further in. This can be done from a seated position or even a standing position as you see here. One thing to keep in mind about stretching is we never want it to be painful, just uncomfortable. When we're outside our comfort zone is where we're going to be growing the most. Breathe in and rise up. And feet together, set. Sir! When practicing at home, each stretch should be done for 3 minutes. 1 minute at an easy level, 1 minute at a medium level, and then 1 minute at a level where you're really challenging yourself to that uncomfortable point. You never want it to be painful or too hard, because then you could hurt yourself. Best of luck practicing at home, and the best time to do it is when watching TV. Bow.
Yes, I can.
This cycle's form is element 3. Ready? Stance. Performance level. Begin. Ready, stance. Set. Bow.
Yes, I can.
We're joined here today with certified instructor, Miss Rossi, to help us walk through element number 3. For weeks 1 and 2, we're gonna be doing section number 1, element number 3. Ready? And stance. First movement, we're gonna snap our head to the left, drop into a forward stance, chamber on the shoulder, and downward block. Let's bring it back. For this cycle, turn, chamber, hold. I really want everyone to focus on what we call reaction force. It's how fast and strong we pull this arm back. Now, it's easy for us to focus on the striking hand, but the hand and how hard it pulls is gonna double our power. Downward block, 1. Even on this punch, we're gonna watch the opposite hand, how it rips back when she throws it. And punch 2. For here, we're gonna turn into a corner stance and inside block. 3. Making sure that inside block is stopping right in front of our eye line, slightly past our face. We're gonna turn back to a forward stance and punch 4. The other side, downward block. And 5, punch 6, corner stance. 7, back to forward stance. 8, and feet together, set, bow.
Yes, I can.
Section 1, student count. Ready, stance, begin.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7,
Hold it there. For section number 2, we're gonna go into the cat stance that we practiced in our warm-up and square block. Move. A square block is an upper block and an outside block at the same time. Let's reset to the starting point, both hands on the hip. Bring it in. So from here, this one will swing for an outside block. The other hand will come up over our head for an upper block at the same time. One more. 9.
9.
We're gonna drop into a corner stance downward block. 10.
10.
And that's a double down, so both arms are gonna swing and strike. Now we're gonna step, turn for a forward stance. Roundhouse kick. Let's reset.
Yes, sir.
For the roundhouse kick, we do not throw it until the shoulder hits our target, then our foot's gonna execute. Roundhouse kick, move. Slide up, side kick, and reset.
Yes, sir.
It is very important in practicing this form that there's a big difference between our round kick and our side kick. You are two separate kicks, very different than element number 2, and you wanna make sure that you demonstrate that difference and have that level of control. Guard stance. Roundhouse kick, side kick. From here, we're gonna look over our rear shoulder, spin and outward chop, forward stance, middle palm strike, move. And that's gonna finish section number 2. For section 3, our rear leg will step up into a horse stance. As we parry with our left, we're gonna turn into a forward stance. 2 powerful middle punches. The other side, we parry, 2 powerful middle punches. We're gonna turn to our right side, opening up for that outward knife hand hammer fist. Left foot steps forward, hammer fist strike. And from here, we want this hand stopping right on our elbow point, and the fist. A common mistake is to strike too low. I really want us focusing on our targeting this cycle and making sure we're hitting the right points, so it stops right in front of our nose. And ready, stance. And feet together, set. And bow.
Yes, I can.
Best of luck practicing and trying your best at home. We're here with this cycle's personal safety skill for our Masters Club Advanced Class Plan. Feet together, set, bow.
Yes, I can.
We're joined by Mr. Russo and Mr. Bazzillo as they demonstrate this skill first. Mr. Bazzillo is going to attack with a double rear choke. One more time, another angle. Go. And at attention, feet together, set. And bow.
Yes, I can.
Let's break down our personal safety week by week. For week number 1, off the rear choke. Once they grab, step 1, we're gonna fake high, hammer fist low, and immediately lift our arm back up. One more time. Week 1, fake, hammer fist, lift the arm back up again. On week 2, let's do week 1, please. Move. We're gonna rotate toward that upside arm, clearing both their hands out, immediately grab the wrist, and place our opposite hand on the shoulder. Let's reset. So step 1, fake, hammer, step and turn, grab the arm for the first arm bar. With our closest foot, we're gonna round kick the back of the leg, and that concludes week number 2. For week number 3, we're gonna take our opposite knee and deliver 2 knee strikes to the body. So let's put it all together. From the beginning, clear out, round kick, double knee, hold it there. For our final week, we're gonna finish with a figure 4 lock. We're gonna go over the top, under their wrist, grab our own wrist, and bring their fingers back over their shoulder. When doing any type of wrist lock, we must go as slowly as possible and apply in degrees. Everyone has different pain tolerances and flexibility levels, so we wanna go at the right pace to make sure that no one gets hurt. If you injure your partner, you cannot train, and if you can't train, you're not gonna become a master. Let's see it again. Slowly, step 1, fake. Hammer, clear, grab the arm, roundhouse, double knee, over the arm, under the wrist, grabbing your own wrist, stepping over your rear shoulder and bringing down. And stand tall.
Yes, sir.
Feet together, set,
Sir.
and bow.
Yes, I can.
Learning tool, our bow staff, and we're joined by certified instructor, Mr. Russo, to help us learn. He's going to demonstrate in full what this cycle skill set will look like. Guard stance. Begin. Let's break it down so you can follow along at home. First is our ready position. We're going to hold our hand at our side and our stick extended out. We're going to prepare a weapon where we put 2 hands on it. Then step back guard stance. In week 1, you'll be dedicated to learning just how to hold the weapon and move just like this. One more time. Feet together, set.
Sir.
And prepare weapon.
Yes, sir.
Guard stance. Let's step all the way forward and strike number 1. That's going to go from our left ear to our right hip. You'll notice his left arm's fully extended and his right hand is placed firmly on his belt. Strike number 2 is going to be a downward strike with the left arm. Go. Again, strike 1 and strike 2. Both of those are going to come from over the top and strike on a downward angle. Strike 3 and 4 is going to be flat through center. 3 and 4. Let's be all together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 and 6, we're going to take our left hand and drop it down, okay, and execute uppercut. And then with the left hand, we're going to go the other way. Good, let's see, right hand uppercut and left hand uppercut. Those are moves 5 and 6. Let's see all together. Begin. You'll see how Mr. Russo is coordinating the strength through his body, moving his shoulders to generate power. For movement number 7, we're going to take a step forward. Our left hand is going to go under our right armpit. We're going to go striking straight down the middle. Number 8, we're going to reverse that. And then for number 9, we're going to slide forward and thrust with the butt end of the weapon. Let's reset.
Yes, sir.
And strike number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, step forward, 7, 8, and 9. Feet together, set.
Sir.
And bow.
Yes, I can.
Whenever you want to practice, please make sure you take the time to ask your parents before you use your learning tool. We always want to have a healthy understanding and respect for weapons, not an unhealthy curiosity later on. So always practice discipline and ask permission first. Best of luck in your training. To help us with stretch number 2, we're joined by certified instructor, Mrs. Force. Stretch 2 has several different variations. The first variation is to start down on one knee. We're going to press our hips forward, stretch out our quads, and our attention, stay tall. Second version of the stretch, she's going to start from that kneeling position and extend the lead leg out, trying to reach down and touch her toe. Let's even get more of a hamstring stretch. This is a great one to warm up our legs for kicking. Let's reset. And the final version of the stretch, for those of you that have been practicing, is going to be the full front split. So demonstrate. Making sure that when we're stretching, we're always here to try our best, never to make it painful but uncomfortable, so we're growing. Stand tall with attention. And set. Most important thing to remember while stretching is to continue to breathe in your nose and out your mouth. Stretch through our stomach, never through our head. We want to keep our shoulders back and our posture tall, even while executing these stretches. And bow.
Yes, I can.
Here we are with our certified instructors to bring you this cycle's board breaking for our advanced students. Step out guard stance. For week 1, we'll be doing a shuffle axe. Here's what it looks like at full blast. 1, 2, 3. And with our Mastery certified equipment, we'll be doing an inward hammer break with the rear hand. 1, 2, 3. On week 2, we add a palm strike. 1, 2, 3. On week 3, we'll be doing a number 2 roundhouse kick. 1, 2, and 3. And on week number 4, will be a slide up side kick. 1, 2, 3. Feet together, set, bow.
Yes, I can.
Let's break down this cycle's board breaking techniques. First is our shuffle axe. Guard stance, go. On the shuffle axe itself, the first part is the shuffle. Your lead foot is going to take a half step back. Your rear foot will take a full step forward. Then we're going to axe kick. Now the key to the axe is to draw a half crescent. His foot's going to swing inside, get to its highest point, and at the peak of its height, rips it straight down the center onto the target. 1. Our contact point for this kick is the back of the heel. And 3. Our second technique will be the inward hammerfish strike. For an inward hammerfish strike, we're going to pivot off our back foot. The hand starts by the ear, and at last second, our joint position is going to change, and we're going to roll our wrist to impact. Reset.
Yes, sir.
Full count. 1, 2, 3. All the power will come from rotating your foot and twisting your hip. The third technique is our palm strike. Similar to the inward hammer, we're going to roll our foot and our hip and our shoulder in the same format. But instead of cutting across our target, we're gonna thrust to it. And 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna be striking with the palm heel here. It's not your entire palm, it's the part that's right in line with your wrist. If we could show all of our families at home where that palm heel strike would be and where that palm point is. Good, reset.
Yes, sir.
One more, go. Our fourth technique is our number 2 roundhouse kick. For joint alignment, number 1, we're gonna pivot our bottom foot. Number 2, we're gonna point our shoulder at our target, and then 3, hit with the laces. That's our contact point. It's highly recommended you wear your shin guard when breaking a board to your roundhouse kick, because that can also add power to your kick as well. Ready, 1, and 2, and 3. And our final strike for board breaking is a slide up side kick. Here, we're gonna slide our feet together, making an L and already pivoting both our feet to the rear. When we chamber, our chambering knee will almost try to touch our rear elbow, and then we strike with the heel of our foot. Let's see, full count. 1, and 2, and 3. Feet together. Set. Bow.
Yes, I can.
We're now going to see what all of our board breaks in action look like. Please ask permission for each one and demonstrate exactly how we're going to break these boards.
Sir, permission to break the board.
Shuffle axe. Inward hammer fist.
Sir, permission to break the board.
Palm heel strike.
Sir, permission to break the board.
Number 2 roundhouse kick.
Sir, permission to break the board.
Slide up side kick.
Sir, permission to break the board.
Feet together. Set.
Sir.
When you get an opportunity and you re-watch this video, also pay attention to how to hold the board so you can maximize your practice or your time in class. Best of luck. We're joined today by certified instructor Ms. Rossi to help us demonstrate stretch number 3. Step 1 to stretch 3 is to start almost from a horse stance position and slowly continue to walk our feet out as far as they can go. If you need to use your hands for balance, that's fine. Like any stretch, it's about feeling uncomfortable but never painful. We can hold this position. Another option is to sit back down, keeping your feet as far apart as they can go. Breathing in, hands up, and seeing how far forward we can reach. 2 areas that we want to be improving here is the span of our foot to foot, the wider the better, and also how far we can reach those fingertips forward. Always dropping our stomach before our head. We want to keep our back as flat as possible. Feet together, stand up, and feet together, set, and bow.
Yes, I can.
And here we are with this cycle's sparring skills for our Masters Club class plans. Guard stance. First is going to be a defensive hook kick. So as Mr. Mazzillo moves in with a back fist body punch, Mr. Russo will lean back and hook kick over the top. This cycle is really going to test our flexibility. Ready? 1. We're using the back of our foot. 2. The key to defense is to lean back and wait for them to come to you. And 3. Next is offense. Mr. Russo will fake. By faking, we're trying to get our partner to back up. As they back up is the best chance for us to attack. We're going to go hook kick, roundhouse kick. Ready? 1. And 2. Try to get over that shoulder. And 3. Next is the counter. If our opponent uses offensive skills, we're going to do a spinning hook kick to the body. Ready? 1. We'll look over the rear shoulder. 2. And 3. Finally, when both teams slide in at the same time, we come into a clasped position. Let's do that now. Mr. Russo is going to disengage with a hook kick to the back of the head. Excellent. Let's reset. And again, disengage. Go. We want to use every opportunity possible for us to get our goal, and in this case, it's to score points so we can win. And again. Good. Guard stance. So in review, Mr. Mazzillo will attack, and Mr. Russo will use defense. Go. Then we have counter. He attacks with a round kick. We're going to spin a hook kick. Offense is fake, hook round. And then finally, from a class position, we have the disengaging hook kick. And feet together, set. When practicing with a partner, make sure we always use our proper safety equipment. Best of luck. Bow.
Yes, I can.